Possible dump down to 50,000 US dollars. What are the odds for this scenario we want to talk about in today's video? And with this, a great welcome from my side. My name is Timo, and together with Finn and Liam, I will update you about the latest news on the Bitcoin price. Right after the intro, Liam will talk with you about the liquidation heat maps, the latest ETF inflows. Right after Liam's on-chain data part, Finn will go with you into the charts. He will take a closer look at the hourly timeframes. We have seen a breakout from our 4-hourly consolidation box. What does that mean for the Bitcoin price? Finn will tell you. If you liked the video in the end, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. We want to start right into the video. I would say let's go.
Okay guys, then let's start with the first on-chain data, and as the first on-chain data we have our ETF inflow outflow net balance here, and we see that the inflows yesterday, so at Monday of this week, has been around 2,600 BTC at one day, and this is quite low compared to the other days before, but also we have to say that it is very important that we have a positive net here or an inflow from the ETFs, because the grayscale outflow is currently still very massive. It was very higher here at this point at around like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days over 10,000 BTC outflow, but at the current moment with 2 to 3,000 BTC outflow a day, it is still very important that we have much inflows from the other ETFs. And here we can see that the BlackRock and the Fidelity ETF inflows are very high. We can see the BlackRock inflow yesterday was at around 3,000 BTC and Fidelity also around 2,400 BTC. So we can see that it is very important that BlackRock and Fidelity are carrying the Bitcoin spot ETF inflows. Also, we can see that the inflows from yesterday compared to, for example, last week have been very low, because last week we saw a couple times or 2 times above 10 or above 11 and close to 13,000 Bitcoin a day inflow, but it is still very good that we have a positive inflow from these spot ETFs. And now, since Fidelity and BlackRock are carrying, we want to go over and see how much BlackRock and Fidelity are holding in BTC, and here we can see that BlackRock is holding almost 123,000 BTC, and this is a very much, because it is at a market value of 6.3 billion US dollar. So basically BlackRock is at the very first place. And secondly, there comes Fidelity with almost 90,000 Bitcoin in holding, which is approximately 4.5 billion US dollar in market value. So guys, let's go forward to our second on-chain data, and this is the liquidation heat map or the liquidation heat map levels. And here we can see, since we already dumped below levels like 51,000 US dollar today, I think we have been at 50,600 US dollar. I want to mention that there is maybe a possibility that we go a little bit more to the downside, because at around 50,000 US dollar, we also have around 3.5 to 4 billion US dollar of liquidity. So this liquidity may be grabbed. And if you can grab this liquidity, or if we are bouncing at this level, we want to see now in the chart analysis.
Today we saw some significant volatility for the Bitcoin price, and we also saw big volatility on yesterday's daily candle, because we saw a big wick to the upside, then a big wick to the downside, and closed the daily candle yesterday a little bit to the green. So this was a pretty good bullish daily candle close we yesterday saw, but today we already got rejected again and saw a more or less big sell-off, which was already bought up again a little bit. So we have to look on the smaller time frames in a second to see where this could lead us for the next 7 hours for the daily close today. But at first we definitely need to talk about why we have maybe a possible scenario where we could see a further move to the upside on a daily time frame, because we must say we have tested on this support beneath us 3 times for now, and if we don't see a daily close below it for now or for the next 1 or 2 days, it seems like the bulls would be strong enough to use this support, so we could maybe break out of this consolidation to the upside on this bigger time frames and maybe continue this trend to the upside. But for that, to determine where this daily close could end, we should have a look on the smaller time frames. On the 4-hourly time frames, we can clearly see that we left our consolidation box to the downside as we expected in last video. videos, I said already that in my opinion the most greatest possibility is that we'll leave this consolidation box to the downside and then test on this support right here, which is the case right now. And in the moment it looks like we could see a very nice bounce from the support right here. We closed the 4-hourly candle below it, but it is a daily support line, so we have to wait for the daily close to get a confirmation if we're breaking to the downside for this, maybe even a confirmed confirmation, so we see maybe a daily close below and then again test on the support, and then we'll see further moves to the downside. So we are definitely not leaving the support at the moment. We even maybe just tested on the support from the upside again on the bigger time frames. We saw a 4-hourly doji candle with a large wick to the downside and large wick to the upside in the last 4-hourly candle, and now the daily the 4-hourly candle has still 3 hours to go, so everything can change here again. But at the moment it looks like that we maybe found support right here and could see a next move to the upside and inside our consolidation box again, which would be a nice retest on the daily time frame again, even more if we see this bounce to the upside before the daily close, which happens in 7 hours, as I already told you. So in my opinion, it's the most important where we closing this 4-hourly candle, because the last 4-hourly candle more or less closed just on our support line. This isn't giving us much information if we will move to the upside or the downside again. This 4-hourly candle, which looks green at the moment, could be sold off again, and then we would just have a big wick to the upside and maybe see the candle close below this. So we could just see some candle like this here, and this would be kind of bearish in my opinion, because that would determine that we could see a daily close below our daily support line, which would be very bearish in my opinion. We could see further downside in the coming days, but for that we should have a look on the 1-hourly time frame, because here are also 2 important trend lines we are seeing at the moment, which could indicate where we could see this 4-hourly candle closing. The first one is this horizontal resistance right here. We tested on the last few days a few times, so this is a valid trend line, and the last, I think in the last 8 hours we tested on to try to break above this trend line again multiple times, but we didn't manage to get this breakout to the upside. And now on the current 1-hourly candle, it also looks again like we would see a reject coming from this horizontal support. If we close below that and get sold off in the next 1 or 2 hours again before the 4-hourly close, this could lead us into having this big wick to the upside and then the close below here, which could be bearish for the daily chart, as I told you before a few seconds ago. The second thing we have to have a look at is this downtrend we are seeing on the 1-hourly time frame. It had multiple touch points here, or we saw more or less slowly grind to the downside, so this could mean that this trend line has some significant support, and it looks like that we would break this with this 1-hourly candle. So in my opinion, it's not the most important downtrend line we are seeing here, but it could be one indicator a few people will have a look at, and it could be that this giving us enough market strength to push this price again to the upside. But for now, we definitely need this 1-hourly close above our horizontal line right here. And for sure, the most important thing in my opinion is where the daily close will be in 7 hours. So if we'll be above the $51,090 more or less here in this range, this would be a great sign. If we have a daily close below, this would rise the possibilities that we'll see a correction in the coming days, in my opinion. So I would say these are the most important things you need to have a look at the moment. And if you're enjoying this content, please make sure to leave a like and comment down below where you think where the Bitcoin price will leave this consolidation to which side. And for now, I would say that's it for today. We'll see us in tomorrow's video. Bye bye.